Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chandana Paul, and I am HOD and Assistant Professor in Hotel and Tourism Business School, Sushant University. So today I have a very interesting topic to speak about, and that is time and motion study. Now, time and motion study is an integral part of service industry, retail industry, manufacturing industry. So we are going to talk about it and to understand that what the study is all about and how we are going to conduct this study in practical. So I'll just start with my presentation. In the table of contents, what we are going to discuss is introduction to work study, method study, time study, and how time and motion study is going to work in housekeeping department of hotels. So what's work study? Now, in order to understand time and motion study, you need to understand what is work study. Work study is a bigger umbrella under which the time and motion study basically comes. So work study is basically to examine, the understanding of how a person should move, how a person should take a time to finish a task. And why it is done? It is basically done to increase the productivity and also to enhance human safety and comfort. So work study is basically that. Now in work study, under work study, there are two basic techniques which come. The first one is method study or motion study, and the second one is time study. Now, a very simple understanding that what is method study or motion study. So, work method analysis or method study, it is a scientific technique which is carried out to understand that if a task is given to a person, how that task is done, step by step process, whether all the steps are followed in a perfect manner, that how it is supposed to be done, and also the productive and the unproductive movements are identified. So whatever are the productive movements, they would be kept, and whatever unproductive movement which a person is carrying out doing the task will be eliminated or minimized. So basically method study also gives you an idea to identify how a standard operating procedure for a particular task has to be done or has to be identified. There is a procedure that what are the steps which are taken followed when you are following the procedure. Now the first step in method study procedure is select the job. Now whatever study you want to carry out, for example, we are going to carry our study in bed making. So you have to identify or select the job process. The second step is to record the relevant data. Now how we are going to do it? We are going to do it using a video camera, high speed video camera or a normal mobile camera. You are going to fit in the camera and you are going to ask the person or the worker to perform the task. Now like that you will record the relevant data. The third procedure is to identify what are the productive and unproductive movement that person has taken finishing that task. Okay, so this is how you are going to record it down, and after that you are going to define the new method which has developed. Now defining a new method, identifying a new method, and then maintaining that new method is very, very important. So the seventh step in the procedure, which is maintaining the new method, is the most important method, because you can identify this is the way this task has to be done, but if you don't maintain it, if you don't follow it, then it becomes a critical aspect of not doing the work properly. So the method study basically gives you an idea that this is how we are going to follow the procedure. These are the steps we are going to follow, and this is how this task has to be done, including all the productive movements and eliminating all the unproductive movements. So that's the procedure. So in conclusion, if I want to make you understand that what is method study, we are derivating a new standard operating procedure with all the followed steps and processes. Going back to next, that is work measurement or time study. Now time study is a aspect which is always done after the motion study or the method study has been done. We cannot do the time study before doing method study. So after the motion study is done, the SOP or the standard operating procedure is set, and after that you are going to do the time study. Now how do we do the time study? The simplest method is to use a stopwatch. So as soon as the person starts the task, okay, now I'll go to the procedure. Now as soon as the person starts the task of bed making, we are going to start the stopwatch, okay, and then as and when using the method study, he is following making the bed, laying the first sheet, laying the second sheet, then the duvet cover. So whatever time is being used to do that particular task will give you your time study. Now time study is not done only by one person. You are going to conduct that study with lot of other people, like 5 people in a row will be doing the same task using the same method study, and after that you are going to average out that what is the best time which is used to perform that bed making task, and that would be your time study. Now, this is what is method study and time study. Now, how do we operate or how do we implement it in our hospitality industry? Now, coming to the last part of our presentation, which is time and motion study in housekeeping department. Now, in hospitality or in hotel industry, we do have a lot of departments. We have kitchen, we have F&B, we have room divisions in which housekeeping and front office comes. Now, time and motion study is best used in housekeeping department. The reason being, housekeeping department is the only department where repetitive task is being carried out. It means every day a room attendant goes to clean the room. So he is making the bed, he's doing dusting, he's cleaning the bathroom. Now this is the repetitive task. The same task he is going to perform every day. Now time and motion study is best studied on repetitive or the repetitions of the task. So that is why the reason in housekeeping department we use time and motion study. Now, a simple example in this picture, if you can see how time and motion study can benefit housekeeping department. If, for example, a person takes 30 minutes to clean a room. Now, using this study, I've managed to save 1 minute of that housekeeper. So, if I am saving 1 minute to clean that room, it means every day 15 minutes that housekeeper is saving. In a week, 75 minutes the housekeeper is saving. In a week, 325 minutes a housekeeper is saving. And in a year, 3900 minutes that person is saving. So understand, with 3900 minutes a week, minutes a year means you are saving 8 days. So that is the amount of time you are saving. And as we all know, time is important, time is money, time is crucial. So it is very important to save time. So if a housekeeper or a room attendant is saving 1 minute of a day, it is going to make it a lot of difference. You know, how do we perform this time and motion study in housekeeping department? The first step is to identify your goal. That why I am doing this study. Now the requirement of doing that study would be different for different aspect. For example, for me, if I want to do a staffing for a pre-opening property, it is very important that I do a time and motion study. Second, staff retention. I need to give a proper work to everyone. Proper division of work should be there. For that, it is very important to do a time and motion study. So in order to do the study, the first step of identifying your goal is very, very important. The second step is determining the scope. Scope means, what is your scope? Are you going to do it only in a room or only in one type of room, or you are going to do in multiple types of room, multiple categories of rooms? You are going to do that study in one floor, or you are going to do that study in 30 floors? You are going to do that study for one hotel, or you are going to do that study for all hotels which your chain has? So that is your scope which you need to decide. And then the third one is, checking, finding out the observation form, that how you are going to perform and where you are going to record it. It is very important that whatever data you are collecting, you are recording it, analyzing it, and then interpreting it, and then finding out that this is the outcome which has come out. Now the next is select the participants. It is very important to select proper participants. Now by proper I mean that they should be trained, they should know the procedure, that what or the process, what and how they are going to do it. That is very important. You cannot have a trainee perform a time and motion study. You need a person or a worker who is very thorough with the procedures, very thorough with the process, and then he or she should do it. The last point is avoid Hawthorne effect. Now, what is Hawthorne effect? If somebody is watching me doing a task, I might do it, I might take it take a longer time to do it because I have in my back of my mind or in my subconscious mind somebody is watching me. So that creates a little problem. So in order to do a time and motion study, you need to select the participant and make them comfortable and make them understand that why we are doing it, what is the importance of it. Once they are comfortable with this idea, that Hawthorne effect can be avoided very easily. Then that person will not be in a understanding that somebody is watching me or some camera is recording me and I am doing it. So that is what is Hawthorne effect. Once this time and motion study is done, you have with the stopwatch, you have calculated the time. With the help of video camera, you have easily analyzed that these movements or these motions are unnecessary and I need to eliminate it. This will also help you in understanding that person, how or she is using the ergonomics also. Now a little bit about ergonomics. Ergonomics is basically the kind of posture we are using in work environment. For example, if I'm making the bed, if I'm bending down a lot, it means I'm going to hurt my lower back. If I am in F&B, I'm holding a salver straight, then I'm going to hurt my tennis elbow or my wrist. Okay. So there is a way or a posture which is maintained in order to carry out a proper ergonomics. This time and motion study also gives you an aspect to understand ergonomics and create a better and safe environment. So this is how you are going to carry out a time and motion study in housekeeping department, and this is why it is important, because it is going to give you an idea that what should be my staffing level, what a room attendant, how many rooms he or she should be allocated, what kind of ergonomics should be done there in order to create a better and safe environment. So this is time and motion study, and I hope in this video I was able to make you understand the idea of time and motion study, how it is carried out and why it is important and the benefits of it. So thank you very much.